My plant-based risotto, perfect for any occasion. Let's go. What goes into it? Lots of goodness. Risotto, then lots of mushrooms, nutritional yeast, and whenever we can get a trumpet mushroom, and don't worry, you can get to the recipe. They are so great and especially wonderful for vegan dishes. So the best way to make mushroom broth is to take hot water and dried mushrooms and boiling water, and just like in 15 minutes, we're gonna have a fabulous mushroom broth. I like that these really are like nice pieces because they're an entree. Somebody might want to make them smaller, but we're happy with them just like this, and they're going to saute up and shrink down. I want to make a porcini powder, which is great. Best to do a dried mushroom, and then we're going to puree it right here in my coffee grinder. So there it goes. There is the porcini mushroom powder. There's extra, and it's going to be great because we can use it in so many dishes, and it just gives like a wonderful, fabulous flavor. Remove pans when you weren't looking. Anyways, look at this beautiful broth. And what I'm gonna do is double strain it once I get all of this out. Remove pans when you weren't looking. Anyways, look at this beautiful broth. And what I'm gonna do is double strain it once I get all of this out. What you're gonna do, and this is gonna take a little bit of time because you want them to be tiny, is to chop these. Otherwise, they're gonna feel a little bit tough in there. And then we're gonna saute our fresh and our dried mushrooms together. Next step is take the mushrooms that made the mushroom broth and chop them fine, and we're gonna put them into this pan and just get them nice and crispy, cook them a while before we add the other mushrooms. I've just blanched the peas a little bit, and now we're gonna take them out of the water and set them aside so we can finish the mushrooms. I'm taking the little mushrooms from the bottom, putting them on top. I'm adding our trumpet. I added quite a bit of olive oil. I'm not going to salt them yet because I'd like to get them a little crunchy, and we're going to saute these up. I'm taking the little mushrooms from the bottom, putting them on top. I'm adding our trumpet. I added quite a bit of olive oil. I'm not going to salt them yet because I'd like to get them a little crunchy, and we're going to saute these up. And I don't like to add the salt now because they get really, really wet and they kind of steam, and I just always like to salt mushrooms at the end. We've got our sauté pan, we've got our shallots with olive oil. We're gonna let these sweat down a bit and then start to make our risotto. Shallots are just perfect, and now we're gonna add the risotto in and kind of toast it up. Just add a little bit more in, but put about a half a cup of wine in, and you wanna just let it absorb. So just in little dribs and drabs, we now, well, it's a long game, so you just kind of sit in and relax and don't do anything else but this. And we add our mushroom broth a little bit at a time and let it absorb. Look how amazing this looks. So you see how we just took our time and we let everything get crispy, and then all these little crispy bits, so amazing. And let's add both the garlic, and we're gonna add a little bit of salt. We're nearing toward the end, not quite there, but you can see it's gotten bigger, and we just keep, it's a labor of love, risotto, and you just keep taking your time and getting all the broth in here. Look at this. I just added the porcini, because when you're doing vegan, you need to really build those flavors so you could get something wow, and we're gonna do that with some of my favorite little magic elixirs. What are some of my other favorite vegan magic elixirs? Of course, herb, lemon, can't think of the name. Nutritional yeast, oh my gosh. And then a cashew butter, and of course, Bragg's.
Love Bragg's.
Some of that is in there. The last touch is this fabulous butter, and then we're gonna get it out on a platter and add the mushrooms. Look at the beautiful risotto. We've got the mushrooms that we're gonna pour over. I don't wanna stir them in. I want them to be luscious and wonderful. I'm gonna put just enough peas to make it beautiful, and then squeezes of lemon and the parsley. Look at the beautiful risotto. We've got the mushrooms that we're gonna pour over. I don't wanna stir them in. I want them to be luscious and wonderful. I'm gonna put just enough peas to make it beautiful, and then squeezes of lemon and the parsley. So we're gonna add just the lemon, squeeze some lemon over, and then if you want more nutritional yeast, you can put it, and let's finish with parsley. I can't say enough fabulous things about this. I'm not sure it can serve more than one if the one is me. So perfect.